Hey everyone, welcome back to the Games Haven channel. I'm Esmond.
I'm Matt.
And today we are continuing with our 2021 top cards. These are our favorite commander cards that are not commanders. We've specifically excluded legendary creatures from this list. So each of us, we've taken about 10 or so of our favorite cards.
Or more.
Roughly 10. And we're going to talk about them real quickly. So the first one we're going to talk about is something that appeared on both our lists. It is Masswood Nexus.
Masswood Nexus.
I personally love this card because I love tribal stuff and I love like mixing different tribes. In my min deck I have illusions and wizards, you know.
Illusion tribal. Yeah, because tribal is really a thing. It's just popular. Yeah, like a lot of commander players just love the idea of tribal. And Masswood Nexus is colorless, so it fits anywhere.
And the difference between this and things like conspiracy and
adaptation
is that you don't have to choose a creature type.
Yeah.
So they're automatically all creature types, which is amazing.
Synergy built in right there.
So fantastic card. I'm sure most of you love it too.
Fantastic.
And the next one is something that also appeared on both our lists. It is Augur of Autumn.
Fantastic.
Amazing
Augur
card.
of Autumn.
So looking at the top card of your library, getting to play lands off the top, and if you hit the Coven, you get to play creatures. And honestly, I think it's just a good card.
Yeah, it's funny because there's there are a few cards like this, right, that allow you to play stuff from the library, Oracle of Mudaya, Curse of Kufix and all that. But Augur of Autumn just takes it a step further. Like there are also those that allow you to play creatures, Vizier of the Menagerie and all that, but this just combines them all.
And I'm going to cheat a bit here because I also like two other cards, Realm Walker and Cemetery Illuminator.
For the same reason.
For pretty much the same reason, yeah, because they just let you cast stuff off the top of your library. You know, Realm Walker is all tribal stuff. Cemetery Illuminator is interesting because there's some graveyard shenanigans involved.
They're just getting better and better.
Okay, so now on to the stuff that we don't have in common. And I'll go first.
Oh no.
This is one card that recently terrorized them in a recent game.
Terrorized? No, I was very happy.
Oh, okay.
Just Gabriel who wasn't.
It is Combat Calligrapher. Great thing about this is it works for my opponents.
Inklings!
Yes. So giving people Inklings whenever they attack one of my opponents. So if they attack me, they don't get the Inklings. But they attack my opponents, they get the Inkling. And the Inklings cannot attack me. As long as this guy is around. So.
Oh, Inkling.
Oh yeah, you get Inklings.
Oh, then I can get more Inklings. Okay, so everything except Prowler attacks Gabriel. You're noticing the theme here, it just likes politics.
So Combat Politics, one of my favorite top themes. I don't know, I mean you like this card also, right?
Yeah, I like it, but only for what it does to me. Yeah, if I have a deck that can't make use of the flyers, then you're happy, I'm not so happy. Yeah, I think that's where the interestingness of the card comes in. Yeah.
Yep. So that's my first pick. I mean, these are not in any order, but
not in any particular order. For me, going on with the tribal theme, it has to be Haunting Voyage. I've been on the receiving end of this card so many times. Like when Mac goes, I set one card face down and end my turn.
Foretell. I know. I remember it. All his
pirates.
Yeah,
but I've used it too, not on screen, but I've played the game with my friends with the Olivia deck, and I set a card face down and then Mac just gave me the look.
I mean, I like it too, but I feel like it's very dependent on longer games where creatures die.
Yeah.
You know? So if you have nothing in your graveyard,
if you're casting it for the not foretell, then it's a bit underwhelming. Yeah, it's only 2 creatures.
Yeah, but pretty good card.
Pretty good.
Okay, so my next pick is a Spirit Dragon. It is Vengeful Ancestor. And this is a fun one. It's also kind of combat politics, so there's a theme here. So when it ETBs or attacks, I get to goad a target creature. And whenever a goaded creature attacks, it deals 1 damage to that controller. So goading means, of course, that creature can't attack me unless I'm the only opponent.
Yeah, goading is fun. It's fun just sitting there and ha ha ha.
And the thing is that this is ETB or attack. So yeah, you just get value every turn.
Yeah. And next for me, a bit out of character here, but it's not a red card, is Hullbreaker Horror.
Oh, what?
Terrorizing every single format.
It's so strong.
It's so strong, and yeah, because Commander is the format where you get cost reducers, and then you get the almighty cost reducer Omniscience, right? Yeah. Omniscience with Hullbreaker Horror is
game over.
Game over.
I mean, it's the new Tidespot Tyrant.
It is the new Tidespot Tyrant.
It's replaced that in like the loops and everything.
Yep.
It's super strong. Yes, so Flash strong as well.
Yeah, Flash.
Yeah.
I think Flash is the real deal breaker. It's like you normally when the blue player leaves up so much mana, you think it's Cyclonic Wave, and then you prepare around Cyclonic Wave, and then he flashes in this thing that can't be countered, and you're like.
Okay, continuing with the horror theme. My horror pick for the year is Sludge Monster. This actually appeared in my Toxrill deck because it's the only other card that puts slime counters. So it's great, you know. It's quite similar to the Vengeful Ancestor. ETBs or attacks, you get the effect, putting a slime counter, and then they lose all their abilities, they become 2/2 useless things.
Slurp.
It doesn't work on Hullbreaker because that's a horror.
That's a horror, yes.
Anything else is fine. So yeah, I mean for a blue card that does this kind of effect, I think it's quite unique.
Yeah, blue has this thing going on about making creatures stupid, right?
Yeah.
So this one just melts their faces off.
Pongify kind of thing.
Pongify kind of thing.
Yeah.
Next one from me is an equipment. It's Sword of Hearth and Home.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, when this was spoiled, just to try it out, right? So our entire group just slotted into our own individual deck just to try it out.
Just like 4 copies.
Yeah, just like 4 copies straight. Every time it came out, immediate impact. It wasn't just the RAM. The flicker was usually relevant, even if it's just to give like fake vigilance. Yeah.
I put this in my Aeneas deck because it specifically says target permanent you own.
Oh.
So even if I give my stuff away, as long as I own it, I can target it and flicker it back to me. So yeah, it's great. I really like this card.
It's great.
Okay, so my next one is Ethereal Valkyrie. Once again, whenever it ETBs or attacks, you get this effect where you draw a card and then you get to foretell a card. So you reduce it by 2 mana. I think this is just a value engine by itself.
Yeah.
You know, you draw cards, you get to reduce the cost of your things. Maybe you can't cast it this turn, but next turn, or if you're instant speed thing, you just cast it on someone else's turn. It's great.
Well, it costs 6. It better be great. Yeah. Next one for me is Culling Ritual.
Oh, removal.
Yeah, honestly, I must admit, I've never used this card. But whenever I'm on the receiving end, it's always noticeable because one of my favorite decks is Prosh. Is a token deck.
Oh, right.
And Culling Ritual, as you might imagine, is a token killer. Yeah, so usually when Culling Ritual gets used against me, it's just like the guy gets like 12 mana for no good reason. Yeah, and even if you don't play against tokens, there's so many things that can be destroyed. Yeah, rocks. Because someone will always try to accelerate with like turn 1 Soul Ring, Signet, something, right? So yeah,
it's so good.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Continuing with the removal theme, my pick is the Meat Hook Massacre. So this is this year's Massacre Worm effect, and honestly I think it's actually better in a few ways because it's more flexible. You get to choose X for as much mana as you have, and then the static effect benefits you as well while it affects them.
And if you're actually playing a token deck, that's when this gets really crazy. Like, it's because it just stays there. It's not a one-off effect like Toxic Deluge or Black Sun Zenith. It just stays there and continues to benefit you. The power of the token deck when this is on the field is really cannot be understated. It's really strong.
Yeah, good card. Good card. Removal is always good.
Next one from me is Druid of Purification.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, we needed something like Council's Judgment in not white, and we finally got it.
And of course, it's green.
Yes, it's green. Of course it's green. It has to be green. Yeah, it's wonderful. The thing that makes this really good is the same thing that makes Council's Judgment good. It never backfires on the caster. Yeah.
And you don't actually get the blame because everyone's kind of everyone makes a choice.
Everyone's contributing to the
but they can't choose your stuff.
It also doesn't target, right?
Yeah,
it also doesn't target, so it gets around hexproof.
So you choose.
It's incredible.
Alright, my next pick is Strixhaven Stadium. Yeah, so I really love the flavor on this card. You know, I like attacking with creatures, so I always attack, especially with flyers. That's my favorite. And the thing, at first I didn't notice when you tap it, you get a point counter.
Yes, when you tap it, you get points.
So it's a mana rock that you add mana and you get a point counter. And it just does so much. For 3 mana, you make someone lose the game.
He just wants to make Gryffindor win the House Cup.
The House Cup,
It's also an excuse for you to use your spin down dice as a football and I get a point! Okay, next one from me is Solve the Equation. I really think it's a step up from cards like Merchant Scroll where the thing needs to be like a blue instant. This one is just any instant or sorcery and you put it in your hand. It's a really good combo enabler. And it doesn't cost all that much either, it's just 3.
Yeah. And it's in my Vedrog deck, if you remember.
Yes, it's in
So I
his
just
Vedrog
get to
deck.
keep casting it from the graveyard, tutoring over and over.
Very abusable.
Yeah, much better than, in that case, especially like Mystical Tutor, because it
yeah.
goes straight to hand, like you said.
Yeah, straight to hand.
Yeah. Another attacking thing from me, it is a thorough investigation. Now when I attack, I get to investigate. So I actually really like the AFC, the Forgotten Realms, venturing things. So the thing is that this, whenever you attack, you get a clue, and that's not specifically dungeon related, right?
Yep.
But then when you sack a clue, you venture into the dungeon. So you can have other clue producers that also contribute to this effect.
So is an engine all by itself?
Yeah, literally, you just need creatures to attack, and this becomes an engine.
Yeah, just be careful of Druid of Purification. Goodbye! Okay, I've been pretty out of character. Everything I've said so far has been non-red, so let's get to the red. I like creative technique. I think Demonstrate in general is a very creatively designed
that's true. Yeah,
mechanic.
it is.
Allowing for that politics element while still giving you still have a reason to cast it because you still get more benefit. Out of all of that, creative technique I think is the most interesting one.
It's the most random one.
Yeah, because it's so red, it's so flavorful. Yeah. It's just red.
It's just red.
Like you don't whiff too badly because you have to go until you hit a non-land. So it's not like Chaos Warp where you reveal a mountain and everyone's yay, and then you're like no.
Talking about that, my next pick is a Curse of Unbinding. It's something that you actually played on me in your Lindy deck.
Oh yes.
So again, going through the top until you hit a creature card, but this time you get someone else's stuff. It's 7 mana though, so that's the only drawback. But if you get 7 mana, you get an Eldrazi, for example, that's pretty worth it.
Yeah. Same thing, just see what you get. It's all in the randomness. So why is this blue again?
Yeah.
Last one from me, my absolute favorite card, not a legendary creature from 2021. Dragon's Approach. Dragon's Approach.
Dragon's Approach.
I love this card so much. It is. Okay, hear me out. Okay,
it's
so
good,
it's just a 3 damage card. Like, even if you take away the tutor for dragon part, it's a 3 damage card. It always seems so innocent, like just 3 damage. It's just lightning bolt. Who plays lightning bolt in Commander? But
you do.
It adds up. Yeah. When you're like turn 3 Dragon's Approach, turn 4 Dragon's Approach, turn 5 Rock Dragon's Approach. Yeah, it adds up.
And you played it in
Lawhold.
Lawhold, yeah.
Valor Markers Lawhold. Attack Liang Ying. Lawhold triggers. Look at the top 7. Confusing. And yep, I'll cast Dragon's Approach.
What a surprise. And I think Command Zone, they played it in Florian. I saw an episode with Florian.
Because you can look for it.
Yeah, so that was really cool. And the thing is that, like you said, you don't have to play like the whole deck full of Dragon's Approach. You just need like 20 plus.
You just need to do enough math to make sure that depending on how your filter mechanism is going for it, as long as
Valor Marcos is a filter by himself.
Yeah, because Lawhold is a filter by itself. So with my math, my extremely dubious math, because red player.
Very dubious.
Yeah, I concluded that 17 was enough because Lawhold.
17, wow.
Because Lawhold looks at 7 cards each time. So as long as you would hit like very close to 90%.
I trust your math.
Don't trust my math.
Well, yeah, I agree. That's a really fun card. And the tutoring for Dragon is just like a bonus kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like
very flavorful in
really
Lawhold, actually.
approach.
Yeah. Okay, so that was our 2021 top favorite cards for Commander that are not Commanders. And we're going to do one more after this just to talk about the underrated cards. But I hope you all enjoyed this episode. Let us know what were your picks for 2021, cards that you enjoy playing with that are not Commanders. And thank you for watching. Subscribe, like, comment down below. See you next time. Bye-bye.